What is going on, my friends? Profitably is here, founder of Bitcoin's Wealth Club, with another episode of Today in Crypto Show. I'd like to discuss Bitcoin, technical analysis, and what is going on in the world of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies. Every single day something is going on. New exchanges are opening, new tokens, new projects are being launched, and overall the space is just booming, and there is much more positivity on the in the air than in 2018. Okay, so let's see what is going on in Bitcoin and discuss some really awesome news from Telegram. Telegram is going to launch their token really soon. It's almost 90% complete. Let's see if other giants are going to follow suit with Telegram. So what we have seen yesterday is a huge pump in Bitcoin, about 10%. And today things are a little bit more on a silent side, no big movements, but crazy volatility over the last several weeks in Bitcoin. And of course you can profit from all this volatility, but today literally 0% change 0% change in the last 24 hours, which is quite rare to see in the Bitcoin space. Okay, but all the projects are developing: Ripple, Ethereum, Litecoin, EOS, so let's see what we have right now in Bitcoin after this crazy week, this crazy jump. As you can see in the green, it's about 10% jump. Today is much more quieter, and over the longer perspective, over the last several weeks, we have been forming a tentative symmetrical triangle here with this support, the upward sloping support, and this downward sloping resistance. So yes, we can break, when we will break it either on the upside or on the downside. There is no doubt about it. Okay, so we might consolidate here, and this area is unclear at this point. We can either go up or we can go down from this point and break this triangle, and we might see the double bottom right here on this level, and then rebound from this level. But we've been kind of respecting this downward sloping line for several times here since mid-November. Okay, once, twice, 3, 4 times, and looking for the 5th time right now. And over a more longer time perspective, okay, we have broke the support level on this descending on this triangle, descending triangle, and then it was a big move, like 50% move from mid-November in Bitcoin, and it crashed. Okay, so now we are consolidating for Bitcoin in this tight range, and can move in both ways at this point. And it might be a lot of bot activity happening, different softwares that are trading on Bitcoin. There is definitely some manipulation in this market, and this market can move like crazy. If we are looking at the overall market cap, we are on the same level as in a couple of weeks ago. If we look at the last 7 days, from the even the last month, from the market cap, as you can see, we were in the end of January, a couple of weeks ago, right at about the same level, $120 billion. We moved down a little bit, and then we are back at the same level. Okay, so not much new money are coming into the market at the moment. It's the same money trading back and forth and back and forth. Okay, so be on the lookout for the next moves on Bitcoin, as it may be quiet for a little bit with slight volatility, and then boom, another big jump, either up or down, we're going to see at this point in time. Okay, now Fundstrat analyst Tom Lee, who's been a bull for Bitcoin for a very long time, he's pointing out there's a lot much more positivity and positive convergences in 2019 than in 2018. There's at least 9 different trends, macro trends, that he is pointing out here, and comparing 2017 to 2019. As you can see, a lot of it is positive versus it was negative in 2018, like the macro USD trend, the EM equities, and institutional investments that are coming in 2018-2019 is definitely a macro trend that is coming with the backed launch platform for Bitcoin futures. and other big companies that are entering into the institutional investment space. So this is definitely looking good for Bitcoin, and we also have the Lightning Network that is being continuing to grow. And actually, Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey engaged in the Bitcoin Lightning Network, and they're kind of like looking to test the Lightning Network and show the world that even the tiniest little transactions with like 100 Satoshi, very tiny little micro payments you can send via the Lightning Network, which is really cool. And it shows that the network is being definitely developing at a rapid place, at a rapid pace. You know, all these nodes that are supporting the Lightning Network are growing like crazy every single month. So that's another cool thing. And regarding the Bitcoin, Jack Dorsey himself, the CEO of Twitter, said that he's not holding any other coins apart from Bitcoin. He believes in Bitcoin, and he believes it will be either it will be the native currency of the internet, or something else might be, but there's going to be some kind of native currency for the internet. And Binance CEO is saying that we are just still in the beginning, guys. We are very early on, still in the game, because the same thing that he thought back in 2013, or I'm late in the party, I'm late in the game, you know, and you know, it's the same type of mindset that people are having today. Like I missed the boat, you know, all this craziness that went on in 2017, all this booming in the bull market, and the huge jumps in the price of Bitcoin. I missed out on all of that, and you know, and this whole mindset that I missed out, it's not true, because we are literally just in the beginning. And 5 and 10 years from now, people say, I wish I was there in the beginning of 2019 and I was that early in the game, because we are still early in the very beginning of the beginning. We are building up in this industry, we're building up this entire structure, and again, $120 billion is very small, tiny dot comparing to the financial industry space, and how much potential it can replace as a store of value for like gold, and replace the fiat systems. Okay, now exciting times for Telegram. As you know, Telegram was the biggest ICO so far to date, with $1.7 billion that they raised, and mostly in private rounds they raised for this ICO. So right now they are 90% complete actually. So everybody, probably you're watching this, you're using Telegram. It's very popular application, very awesome application. So Telegram is very close to release its Gram tokens, and you'll be able to send their own cryptocurrency on their 200 million or so you know, users that they have on Telegram. You'll be able to send to each other with Gram. So I expect as they go to major exchanges like Binance and other exchanges to shoot somewhere in the top, if not in the top 20, definitely in the top 100 coins on the coin market cap. There'll be a Gram token. So be on the lookout for that and see how Gram tokens is going to perform, and will compete with the tokens like Tron and Ethereum and EOS, and with their smart contract capability. Definitely some of the brightest minds are working on this token, on this Gram token, that did this huge ICO and raised a whole lot of money, $1.7 billion. So they have a lot of funds to attract some great talent and work on a stellar cryptocurrency. So be on the lookout for that. And they also Binance CEO announced that Amazon will be forced to issue a cryptocurrency sooner or later. Okay, and if that happens, and according to the CEO of Binance, it is inevitably going to happen sooner or later, because the demand from people are going to exceed all the other things, and there are some clues pointing to Amazon actually working in the space for quite some time and acquiring some patents in the blockchain technology and distributed data patents. So with that being said, guys, it's inevitably that at some point in the future, Amazon is going to launch its own coin instead of using maybe something that already exists like Bitcoin. Why would they use that if they're the biggest company on earth, you know, with so many clients and customers and users worldwide? It is only logical they will launch their own coin, and think about the adoption that is going to happen in the space, and everybody will be able to use their token to buy stuff, everything that you want, pretty much Amazon sells, and easily convert it to Bitcoin and other coins. So the future is definitely bright. Even the exchange MtGox, you know, this guy, what's his name? Brock Pierce. This guy, I actually met him on a cruise last year. This guy acquired the defunct exchange MtGox. Since 2013 it's not functioning, actually lost like 600,000 Bitcoin for clients. So over the last several years, as Bitcoin has jumped to, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5,000, 10,000, the lawyers working on the MtGox exchange actually pushed the Japanese courts for rehabilitation, which means that the shareholders and also the creditors, they both prefer to get paid in Bitcoin rather to be settled for what it was, $425 per Bitcoin. And Brock Pierce actually took on himself the challenge to revive the dead exchange and write the next chapter for this book, so to speak, on the MtGox exchange. There was, you know, this exchange was for a lot of people the first introduction for Bitcoin. It was the first exchange. There was a huge exchange that people were using to convert Bitcoin to maybe some other you know, coins and tokens and stuff like that. So it is defunctional since 2013. They owe a lot of money to the people, and they plan to give back the money they still hold to those people, and then relaunch and revive this exchange. So that's quite interesting to see how this chapter is going to end up being. Okay. So yeah, this is pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. We have a lot of development in every single project. I'm seeing progress, and people are working at least in the top 20 cryptocurrencies. You know, Tron just recently acquired BitTorrent, and they have their BitTorrent token. We are all moving to the digital token economy. So we are still in the wild west, so to speak, in many senses, but the world is gradually getting more and more used to the new technology, to Bitcoin and to other cryptocurrencies, and it's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds. We have right now 2,062 different cryptocurrencies, and I believe there are going to be way more than that with different projects that people are launching and different tokens. So in any case, Bitcoin is the king and still the king, unbeatable, and we'll see how this chapter is going to end and what will happen in the next decade. Like I told you, soon enough there'll be a Bitcoin halving in the mid 2020, which about a year before this event could pump up the prices for Bitcoin pretty heavily. So I would expect, just for that reason, somewhere in the mid 2019 we should see some nice moves in the price of Bitcoin upwards. Okay, but until then we are still not there yet. We're still in the bear market, and the bull market has not started yet. So it's definitely a good idea to diversify and to see how you can grow your wealth in Bitcoin in other ways. And of course there's always this opportunity to use some leverage and to trade the altcoins, at least some of the altcoins with leverage, and you can do some regular trading and buy some coins and sell them on the upwards 5-10%. We have the trading signals for that all the time inside the Bitcoin's Wealth Club. That's part of what we offer as part of our Crypto Trading Millionaire membership. And just a couple days ago we launched the crypto wallet. It's a project from China that allows you to get paid about 10% a month or so to hodl your Bitcoin, which is awesome. And I highly encourage you to check that out and check out the replay for this webinar. And we are ready to start yet another week with tomorrow trading on the Forex markets to grow your Bitcoin as well. In this way, as well, it's a great times to be alive. So looking forward to update you on everything we are doing, and for our next live trainings that we'll be doing at least once this week on Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern time. And by the end of this weekend on Friday, I'm going to be flying to Miami and meeting with the founders of the Forex softwares that we launched, that I've been talking to you and sharing you about how you can grow your wealth with Bitcoin with this direction. And probably we'll do some live updates from there in Miami and share with you what I learned from that event. Okay, so looking forward for all of that, and everybody happy trading and happy and